Welcome to part 3 of how you can create your own online result checker. So the part 3 is starting from step 6. On the step 6, we are meant to generate pins for the pin database. So the prompt you are going to enter into your ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever AI you want to use is, please give me 100 alphanumeric code. It should be 8 digits. Like I said in part 2, I love to use ChatGPT. So I have opened my ChatGPT and I enter the prompt, please give me 100 alphanumeric code. It should be 8 digits. You can tell it to give you 500. You can tell it to give you 700. You can tell it to give you as many as you want. I asked for 100 because if I ask for more than 100, it's going to give me in 100. Like it will divide it into 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. So if you ask for 500 now, it's going to, give you in hundreds and you have to copy it. So let's continue from where we stopped. Now that we have gotten the pin to enter into our pin database, the next thing to do, I have closed the Google spreadsheet template before, so I'm going to open it by opening another toolbar. Then I'll come to this nine dots here. I'll look for Google Sheets. Okay, I'll look for Sheets. Can you see Sheets? Then you should be able to see the last work you have done. This is the last work I did, right? So I'll open it. Then we are back on track. I only showed you that in case you closed it to do one thing or the other and you have to go back to it. So it's either you copy the link as we did when we started from part 1, or you go through this route that I just showed you. So now open the pin database. This is the pin database and we want to paste the pin into this place, right? So we go back to the ChatGPT and then we copy the pin. Look at this copy button here. That's what I clicked. So you paste it here. Now you have 100 pins. Imagine it is more than 100. You will go to the next available row to paste the next pin. Is that okay? So now that we have done that, let's move on to step 7. Step 7 says link each class result sheet to the pin database. Link each class result sheet to the pin database. How do you do that? You remember that earlier I mentioned that you should ensure to change the class that is here. So now we want to enter the student's name. We want to say this is, I'll just call this one SS student 1. Then I'll copy it because it must be for first term, second term, third term. That is 3 rows for one student, a row per term, according to what we have here: first term, second term, third term. Can you see that? So a particular student will be taking 3 rows. A student will be taking 3 rows. So we move to the next student. We change this is student 2 now, right? This is student 2. Then I copy the student 2 for second term, for third term. I give the student 2 admission number also. Okay, so I copy it for each so that's how to enter then this one too, you have to copy it for student 2. In fact, you can decide to copy it like this, like let it be the last thing you will do, so that you just copy and paste for all your students. But you must enter the names of your students 3 times on the result sheet for that particular class. So if you are doing for GSS1, I'll advise that you do all GSS1 students first, then followed by GSS2 followed by GSS3. Is that okay? So that your details on the pin database will be serial. It will follow each other the way it should. It won't look haphazard. Okay, so that is what I advise that you do. So you put the admission number for these students also. You put it there. Okay, now let's go ahead to do that for all the classes. So you enter, it's not compulsory right now you enter the names of your students while you want to practice. You can just just this one I'm putting is just a dummy detail. There's nobody bearing primary 1 student 1. There's nobody bearing that. I just use that as dummy. Okay, so you can make do with that also. So just fill everything. Now let's go and complete the task that we have ahead of us. We want to start from, if your school is only primary, then you start from the least class. So if the least class in your school is pre-nursery, then let's come to the pin database. Under the admission number, you click on the equal sign. You go to the pre-nursery result sheet, and then you click on the first cell that contains the admission number of the first student. Then you hit enter. Can you see? So you can now drag down to the number of students that you have. Meanwhile, to guide you properly, first of all, go and copy. Let's just copy from any sheet. Let's copy this one. This one will guide us properly to know the number of students we have for that particular class. I'll just copy some. Okay, I think let me just copy up to this point. I'll put it under term. Okay, widen it. All right, so I have this here. Let's say you have, the way to calculate it, if you have 30 students in your pre-nursery and a student will be taking 3 rows, 30 times 3 means 90, meaning that on the student database you must occupy 90 rows for 30 students for that class. Then you proceed to the next class too. So this one, you just drag it. Let's say you are going up to 90 to occupy for, can you see, this is third term for the last student in that class. Now the 30 students in that class are occupying 90 rows. Is that okay? So the next row should now start for the next class. The next class should be what? Nursery. Since we just did pre-nursery, equal sign again, then you go to nursery. You pick the admission number of the first student, then you hit enter. Is that okay? So if you have 10 students here, a student will take 3 rows, meaning that 10 times 3, 30. You do 30 for this one. You do 30 for this one. Can you see that our pin is not enough again? So we will generate more pins. So that's how you do when you have gotten to 30 rows for nursery. If you have 30 students or 20 students for the next class should be primary. If you have primary 1 now, you have 30 students in your primary 1, you do the same thing for the primary sheet. So all you have to do for the primary sheet is to, I want to know where this one stopped. Okay, this one stopped here. So I'll just come here and then I'll click on the primary and I'll select for the primary and then I'll drag down. And that was why I said on the primary sheet, ensure next